Hello, all. Again, good afternoon. It's Tuesday, the 26th of January, and I wanted to give all of my subscribers on each list, each newsletter, just an update on why I've been quiet this past, 7 to 10 days in particular, which has to do primarily with one thing, and that is the health of my dogs, which are obviously very close to my heart. And anybody that knows me and my love for canines, it's particularly something that I didn't do anything last week except for take care of one of my dogs primarily, which is Phenom, my Bernese Mountain Dog, who's developed some very substantial issues with his legs, pretty much all of them, and it's progressed with sort of misdiagnosis and or particular symptom diagnosis, but not the causation of what's happening for him. And that's been frustrating, but it was manageable up until really it was a little over a week ago, 8 days ago. And so that was Tuesday early morning, very early. I got up and it was different. He was panting a lot some evenings the week prior, and I didn't know what was up. I thought maybe I gave him a treat that was he was having a reaction to. And I saw that once, and then my dog sitter saw it the night preceding last Monday, Tuesday. And basically, probably that was because of pain and discomfort. And on that Tuesday morning, he had essentially he couldn't get out of my bed, and he was very like needy with me, which he can be that way, but not for more than a second. And the dog walker had come in the morning, and he attempted to get up and go move in that direction. And every time he would do that and push off the back legs, he would screech, he would cry, and that is very uncharacteristic for him. And I knew something was very, very wrong. And so I had him confined and gave him medication, and really dialed around Miami for a mobile vet. I actually called my vet and said, "Get over here for 15 minutes. I've spent, you know, tens of thousands of dollars with you on my dogs over the last few years. Take 15 minutes. I'm down the street." They were busy. I got a mobile vet who luckily had come that day, gave him some sedation. And by the way, my rescue, Cara from Caracas, Venezuela, has structural issues with her back legs. It's very, um, it's concerning, and it causes her a lot of problems. And she's initially why I had hired a sort of a holistic type vet in LA that was treating them with acupuncture, red light therapy, lots of good natural supplements, which actually helped. And looking for somebody here in the interim, which I've found a couple of different modalities that will be applied by two different individuals starting this week, which will be helpful. She's had progression, and so the issues here, first with Phenom, led me to go down this rabbit hole, and calls constantly, research, and then essentially this vet had come and looked at him and said, "This might not be the case, but because this is all connected, it could be a spinal cord slash neurological issue." So we had gone to a neurology institute here in Miami on last Thursday. I mean, I approved a full CT scan, MRI, spinal fluid tap, everything, so that they could look at this from a holistic manner and not do this or that, which has been the problem. Looking at doing a CAT scan or MRI on one part of his leg or legs, and then being able to see some inflammation and going, okay, he's got some arthritis, that doesn't do any good. So in any event, $6,200 later, I had rented a minivan so he didn't have to jump up high into my SUV, just to make it comfortable. All of this, by the way, while I'm moving. Okay, so very, very stressful. I'll tell you that much. I tend to bite off a little more than I can chew, but this was unplanned, and it was on top of biting, and biting off more than I could chew at one time, which is really why I've been quiet. And so, luckily, that situation with the neurologists, they've ruled out a neurological connection. But now we are moving down into the specialists, which in particular, both of them, our next stop is an osteo focused orthopedic vet specialist that will look along with an internist to look at things like he has some smaller organs, which could be affecting the adrenal gland, which means he could be low on things like cortisol. And so basically, I'm moving down that path this week, and it's kind of one day at a time. He's better. It's very manageable in terms of the pain meds and him being confined, but it's been very stressful because for both dogs, because we've been doing kind of one night at the new place, another night at the loft, and then I had to stay there with them for a few days last week, and kind of like, half of our furniture's there, half of it's back at the new spot. Luckily, it's only a 4-block walk. But it's been a bit rough and stressful on all of us, and really it's more stressful on me when I observe that for them. They're basically the closest thing I have to children. So essentially, now I'm moving down this path, and I just ask you to bear with me, because I know that some of you are awaiting information, updates, recommendations. This goes for everybody, all of you, along every email newsletter. And I'm going to need pretty much this week to take a step back and step back to handle my business. And that includes things like, this move was really quick, and it was my fault. I procrastinated it. I mean, I was doing my homework and made a decision that was very, very good for the long term in terms of buying a property. But it happened quick, and that was on top of being extremely busy. And then with these issues, all I know is that they've come to the front of the table. I don't give a shit about money or business at all, like right now. I really don't. It's hard for me even to put this in and say, like, I need to acknowledge and address the silence. And the reason why that's been the case, people think the worst, and I really appreciate any concerns. I'm on it, and I think we're sort of over the hump in terms of, I'm very hopeful that with the couple of different modalities we have coming in this week, which includes a treatment program around massage and laser therapy and nutrition, as well as the actual specialists. The orthopedic is going to be a big one, and we can start to address the structures. And then I will feel much better. I just have to get sort of stabilized with that situation. Not that I can't jump online at night like I normally did, even if they were a little sore or something. And I will do that. But a lot of my downtime has been just like, I need to check out and like look out my window and stare at something stupid on the computer screen, or move some furniture to get the feng shui so that I'm not feeling all scattered. And it's also been a purge for me from living in the same place for 4 years and realizing this was my opportunity to get everything cleaned out, given away. What am I going to do with, I have to go through every document, every book, what goes into storage, what goes here, what goes elsewhere. So that's been a big time consuming issue too. And I just wanted to say, I appreciate all of you. Hopefully you can bear with me with some of these details. And, I will be back here possibly popping up tonight. I mean, I don't know. I'm taking it one day at a time. And I just wanted to let you know that if I'm quiet this week as well, these are the reasons. And that's it. I feel bad because we've got crazy stuff happening in the crypto sphere from recommendations that I've made, particularly those of you that bought the crypto reports, premium and elite gold investment letter folks that, I haven't even responded to some texts. I really apologize for that, but I haven't responded to anything unless it was a doctor or, my family. I just can't look. I have so many different texts and emails that it's become overwhelming. And because of this, I need to really delegate that energy. And I'm sure a lot of you can understand this. Some of you unsubscribe because you feel I left you hanging or whatever. I understand that too. But there's a reason, and it's not because of anything that, is me being irresponsible or that doesn't have the desire to serve and to be here for you in the capacity that I've shown up in the past. And I will have, a lot of good stuff to make up for this. The good news is that I'm in a position, and with the work and homework that I've put in, really, intensively over the last 6 months, really, talking also our focal point in, gold, silver, mining stocks, the markets, macro evaluation, technical tools that will help with not only what to buy or sell, but when to buy or sell them. I am full to the best of my career by far with valuable information, extremely valuable contacts, and I'm going to relay that to you guys. It doesn't mean that everything is a guarantee, obviously. And I will say that, I appreciate all of the support. I appreciate everybody, being positive, even with just a small mention I had about my Bernese. I had some really nice emails that came through Erica. By the way, if you have anything pressing regarding getting information or having a billing issue or anything like that, please contact Erica, Erika, at Phenom, Phenom.ventures. There's no .com, no .net, and she'll get you sorted out a lot quicker than I will. If you've been having an issue hanging out there or questions, and it has come to me, I haven't even looked. That's just the fact of the matter, probably for over a month. If it was anything titled with, sort of that type of a question, I would forward it to Erica half the time, and half the time it's just sat in my inbox. So I apologize for that. And that's it for today, guys. I look forward to being more engaged. Right now, it's just not a priority for me. Okay, but I am here. I am watching. I'm obviously, another thing with downtime is that part of that is just doing my own observing and watching and homework about what's happening with our investments in our market. And that takes time too. So, and I enjoy that. That's part of my downtime. So anyway, have a great day.